Hello everybody, welcome to Fruitful Trees. We are at my neighbor's house living right across the street here. And just like we did last time, we got an update, a monthly update of what's happening at my place during the summer season of growing tropical fruits. Well, last time we were here was June 1st, where we was just getting to the beginning of the tropical fruit season, and we were starting to see the mangoes starting to come ripe and so on. But it's a month later now, and mangoes have come ripe in his yard okay. And we're going to take a look, and I want to discuss what's going on because we're in mid-mango season now, so I want to discuss this with everyone. We're going to start right off here with his Kerry mango tree. He has two Kerry mango trees, and this raining mangoes all season. An early variety. Every day you come out, there's like 5 or 10 on the floor. Trying to pick them before they fall. This tree did excellent this year. A lot of people say they're not having a good mango year, but Kerry's been great. This tree here is several of his coconuts he has. And we're in mid-mango season now, but this is a late variety, and this is a cotton candy. That'll be ready here soon. That's cotton candy. It's a later variety. He has a bunch of bananas here. Now he said these were Mysore bananas. Let's see. So there's a bunch of bananas here. He said these were dwarf namois. And they don't look like dwarf namois to me because they're so tight, so close. He said this was a dwarf namois. They when you pull them, they look like it, but my dwarf namois definitely didn't grow that tight together. So I don't know. I'll tell you, they don't look like my dwarf namois. Let's taste it and see how it is. I don't know. It has a flavor of a dwarf namois, but it's delicious regardless. So right behind his cotton candy, he's got this dwarf namois tree, and it has another batch right here. That's looking well. I'm gonna get another one of these as we do this tour. These are tight though. Wow. Alright. Right next to the cotton candy tree, he has a Mamey growing. No new flowers. It's new growth, new tree. So nothing to be expected on that. Well, when you come in the yard here, there's 2 yards here connected. First thing you see is this orange sherbet tree that's low. I mean chest height. But loaded. Loaded. When I say loaded. Loaded. With mangoes. They're all not ready yet. Orange sherbet is the child of lemon meringue. And so lemon zest is the child of lemon meringue also. Both later varieties than a lemon meringue, which comes sooner. So that's almost ready. Like I said, we're mid-season, so they're not exactly ready yet. Not sure what this tree is here, but it's a growing mango tree. Coming around here, look at his Valky on this side of the tree. 3 sides of this tree is Valky. Had a great year for Valky. Produced early and still producing. Valky mangoes. Now on the other side of this tree, it's quite interesting, is lemon zest. And the lemon zest on this tree are clean. I mean, there's one that got the black spot, but for the most part, these are clean lemon zest. As a branch here on this Valky tree, looking really nice. It's quite interesting because sometimes this tree in the back got it worse, but not this tree. And over here is more Valky. Good tree, good spot, good producer. Looking nice. So he has a bunch of dragon fruits that got some kind of virus or fungus last year. So he took it all out, and our neighbor's helping us, or helping him put new dragon fruit in and pollinating it. And some of it we'll see in a later example. But these are his cement poles that he used for his dragon fruit. That's what he recommends, and I'd recommend if you're doing dragon fruit. He has a bunch of dragon fruit, and for years it did great, but it got this kind of looking fungus this year. Didn't look too great. So they're reworking it, getting it all set up. Over here, he has a persimmon tree. Now the tree is looking great, growing well. There's no baby persimmons on there though. My tree got at the same time as him. I have baby persimmons. But the tree's looking great there. He loves peach trees, and he has a bunch of peach trees that did great in the spring. We're out of the spring, and there's nothing on his peach trees here now. He has this avocado tree. I'm not sure of the variety. I think he said it might have been a Simmons. There's about, it looks like a Simmons, and there's about maybe 10 avocados on here. So for that size tree, that's pretty good. Now, we come back here, and we see his lemon zest. Lemon zest tastes the best, but it gets bacterial black spot some years, worse than others. And this year, it seemed like more than half of his lemon zest had bacterial black spot. But as we're getting later in the season here, it looks like it's getting better. And the last few remaining ones have been pretty clean. Now, I was saying lemon zest usually comes after lemon meringue. But he has a lemon meringue here that still has a good amount hanging on them. Everything was late this summer. This was a really weird year for mangoes. Or I won't say weird, but I'll say different. So most of the early things came in a little bit later, and most of the later ones are starting to come in now. So, but this is lemon zest. I'm sorry, lemon meringue. Lemon meringue. This is his Glen mango tree. Nothing on there anymore, but this tree was loaded this year. Beautiful. They turn to a beautiful color when they're ripe. Ripen on the tree. This is a great tree to have if you're looking for productivity. Some people love this one. I'm not in love with the flavor, but it's reliable. That's Glen Mango. And there's no more on there now because we're getting more into the mid-season. There's another peach tree. And behind there he has some bananas. His garden's overgrown. He hasn't been here to work on it, but every summer he has a great garden. There's some red bananas. More bananas. Then you come on over here and he has this Mamey tree. I think it's a paste Mamey. Looks like it. It's short and wide. It's looking nice. It will get tall. But he has 2 or 3 fruit ready. That'll be ready here real soon. That's Mamey. More bananas. We've been getting a lot of rain, so this taken off. Everything's taken off quickly. We have some Adamoyas here and sugar apples that our neighbor's coming over and pollinating them for him and bagging, seeing how they do this year. Try to get a shot here. He has all these baby coconuts here, but behind them is a nice Mamey tree. That's doing okay. Well, it only has 1 ready this year, but a ton of babies for next year. I'm not sure what variety that is, but it's looking nice. Then the tree I'm standing under, which I'm going to pan out so you can see it better. When he moved in this house, these two trees were here. These are his Soursop trees, big Soursop trees. And every year they were loaded. He cut them back a couple of years ago, so they're coming back now. Not too many flowers on them yet, but these two Soursop trees are amazing. And behind that is a Sherbet avocado, which he got last year all the way up until March. Sherbet avocado. Here's more dragon fruits. That's coconut cream. For 7 years, this tree did nothing, and he was better get rid of it, but he's tried it one more year. Last year, it took off. It had so many mangoes on it, they were delicious. This year, nobody did well with coconut cream, to my understanding, but he only had about a handful of mangoes on there, and they were delicious. Just a bad year for coconut cream. This and that tree are his Pickering trees. He has 2 Pickering trees. And his Pickering trees, what can I say? They're small trees, loaded. They're still loaded. It's mid-season. And this loaded. Pickering and his Kerry tree and his Valky, everything except his coconut cream was abundant this year. When I say abundant, I mean abundant. This is his other Kerry tree. Just coming to the end. There's a few more stragglers on here. There's more in the front tree, but wow, so many this year. Then he has another Mamey. Now this is high density garden, folks. And this is what happens too when things get out of hand. Because he's out of town, he's going to come back and trim back these trees. But that's a Mamey tree here in the middle that always does well. I think it's a Vallejo, I believe. Come from this side and look. That's his Mamey tree. Then he has an avocado here that doesn't have anything on it right now. But that avocado does. That's a Sherbet. He has 2 Sherbet avocado trees. In my opinion, you don't need 2. You don't need 2 of the same variety when it comes to good producing avocados. But he has it. He has a Monroe avocado here. That's kind of really crowded it out, but it has a few on there as well. And then coming here, he has Miguel avocado. Very good avocado, Miguel. Behind that, he has the branch breaker, Sweet Tart. That's Sweet Tart mango. And it literally did break the branch. But this mango, when you let it grow in clusters, they're smaller. But then they get bigger if the clusters are thinned out. But look, so much on here. It's a branch breaker. There's so much on it. I'm going to have to thin some of these out because it's just too much. Look. Sweet Tart. Excellent. Over here, he has a Camito, star apple. No fruit yet, but it's going to fruit soon. It's looking great. And coming around here, he has more orange sherbet, another orange sherbet tree. He likes his orange sherbet lemon meringue family. And behind the orange sherbet, he has a great tasting mango, which is a sea crest. And guess what? He top worked some of it into, you guessed it, orange sherbet. And it's sea crest was delicious. That's a great mango. Orange sherbet's great. It's great. And over here he has a bunch of bananas. These are Mysore bananas. And then we come here and he has jackfruits. He has a Mamey here. I think that's a seedling. But he has a bunch of jackfruits here. And there's 2 kinds in Pacific he has that I'll discuss with you. That's another Pickering, the other side of the Pickering. This is a Bangkok lemon jackfruit. Numero uno. This is excellent, an excellent jackfruit, Bangkok lemon. However, he has this one, which is a Excalibur red. Bottom of the list, in my opinion, but maybe I'm comparing it too much against the Bangkok lemon, but I'm not. It produces excellent Excalibur red, but the taste, I'm not impressed with it. This one, Bangkok lemon, one of the best tasting jackfruits, and abundantly produces every year big jackfruits. And he'll get back here and clean this up, thin out some of the trees. I'm gonna mow this lawn soon. But I came here to do this report. It's July 2nd, 2024. Wanted to show you an update on what these trees look like in mid-season, midsummer here. And some of you might say, well, the grass is too high. This is when it rains here in South Florida. When it rains, the grass takes off. So we'll get this cleaned up and you'll see in our next update. You'll check it out and be like, wow. But this, it's an abundant yard. What can I say? What can I say? Between his Kerry trees and his Valky tree, so many mangoes. So many. And there's still a ton on there. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, in the front of his house here, he has a bunch of tall coconuts. And his plan is to cut these down because they're getting too high and plant new ones next to them. And this is the guy that took out his driveway and put in trees. An amazing job. But he has star apple growing here. He has this star fruit. It's about to take off. Over there he has a big Alano Sapote, and there a Molex Sapote. And in the middle he has butterscotch, so that's a Sapote row. And he's planted his car there on the side so he has access to the driveway. Smart move. And here he has some more mango trees. This he moved here as a lemon zest. He loves his lemon zest better than the rest. It has a couple on here, really looking nice. And then he's growing some various tomatoes, some papaya. Forgot which one this was here. But over here, he has a sermon cherry. And this Mamey, he has here Magana Mamey. And then coming around, he has canasteel. I don't like canasteel. He does. He has one tree and two trees. And this was a Fairchild 7 or Fairchild 4. And this one is a Triumph that he has in the back over there that he wanted over here. So he planted a graft and taken off and has fruit on it now. Coming out here, he has two right in front of his house, Jabo de Cabas. He might, I know he wants to sell one of them, which has fruit on here, and I'll go around and show you from the front side the fruit it has. But look at this tree he has here. This is his Namduk Mai number 4. Folks, I don't recommend this tree. The story is that the fruit splits. The truth is, the fruit splits. If you want to get a Namduk Mai tree, I recommend Siatang, the golden Namduk Mai, not this one. But regardless, he loved this fruit and it's in his front yard. And he put a graft on it of Dwarf Hawaiian. So he always gets a little batch of Dwarf Hawaiian there as well. And then here he has another avocado and a guava. And here he has a bayou. And there he has Mansa de Rosia. And look at this papaya about to take off. So as the sun's going down, I'm just going to go to the front and show you. Here's some more bananas, another red banana. I'm going to come to the front here and show you his Jabo. He has a sermon cherry here. But look, this is about to take off. A lot of fruit. This is about 9 or 10 years old, this tree. And he has another tree next to it that's smaller. It's interesting because it has a few fruit on here now. But usually this one has more than that. But this year that one has more. But I think he mentioned, I know he mentioned he wants to sell one of these. Post below if you're interested, I'll let him know. Alright everybody, now we're going in my neighbor's other yard. And just giving you the update. Here's the black Sapote tree. Every year it continues to grow bigger and bigger. We cut it back. I lost faith in black Sapote. I'm not a big fan of black Sapote. So he has some bananas there. Brazilian dwarf, not like a nose. This is his seedling Mamey tree that's been here for maybe 15 years. It's just starting to get its first fruit, I believe. Slow grower. He has some Mysore bananas here. Coming around here, he has this Pineapple Pleasure. This year, it only had 2 or 3 mangoes on there. They haven't ripened yet. This is a semi-annual avocado tree that tastes great. But the problem is he doesn't get avocados on this every year. But it is, when he gets them, they're certainly nice. I think that was a seedling. This is his big white Sapote tree. And it looks similar to my Redlands, so I'm going to assume it's a Redlands. The season's over, but when the season's here, the floor is loaded. Then he has this Nam Duk Mai tree, being in the middle of mango season right now. The tree is loaded. This one doesn't split as much as the Nam Duk Mai 4. It still needs to be cut back. And not the top choice of mangoes these days. But he likes them, so keep what you like, folks. And here's a guava. It fruited for the first time this year. There's still one fruit up there. This is guava mango. And then we come around here, he has a sugar apple. Here he has a sermon cherry. Now here he has a Triumph Canasteel. Every year it's loaded, but I tell him cut this out so my orange sherbet will grow over the fence and he'll be able to share the fruit with me. He put a graft of this on a tree in front of the other house, which is taking now, so he's going to cut this out or back and then be able to get my my orange sherbet over the tree. And here's his Angie tree. That's did great this year. Got a good amount of Angies, and this one's coming over to my yard, so I'm getting some of them. Angie. And there was one of the 2 or 3 Pineapple Pleasures he got this year. Then in the front yard here, he has this little gem mango tree. That's a late variety, and this tree is really loaded, this little gem. And again, all mangoes are coming earlier this season. So that's a little gem. Then he has a Patuma, which I gave him here. And he has this Super Haas avocado that doesn't look like it's doing too well. They got some baby avocados on there. Here's another banana here. And that's about it. He used to have a big longman here that was way too big and not getting much fruit. Alright everybody, that was my neighbor's yard, and what I'm planning on doing every month, the beginning of every month this summer, this mango season, even though I'm looking at all the fruit trees on the property, is to give you all an example of what's growing and what's not growing and how it's progressing. And one representative from one yard can't be a representative for all yards because each situation's different. You can have 2 trees right next to each other and they might react different. So you can't always go by that. However, it does give you a good indication of when certain things get ripe, when they don't, especially when you take into consideration his yard and my yard are so close. And if one variety is acting similar, you can kind of get a good example. That's the way it reacts, at least in this area. But that is what's growing on in his yard, July 2nd, 2024. What I expect is going to happen is those orange sherbet are going to come in and still be hanging strong at the end of the month. The lemon zest and lemon meringue should be over by then. Kerry should be over by then, but we'll see what happens. But he has a lot of orange sherbet there. All right, thanks for watching. Put your comments below. This is the 1 month update for my neighbor's yard. If you missed mine in the last episode, I'll put a link below to that. And I'll also put a link to the last time I did that yard a month ago. Until then, everybody, I hope these videos are helping you. If you have a garden, if you're growing and you'd like me to come visit and you want to feature you on the channel, email me below and I'll get that in there. And if you like this hat, I got these hats available right now, Fruitful Trees. Until then, everybody, thank you for watching. Have a great day and keep growing. For more educational videos about mangoes and other fruits and how to grow fruit trees, please look out the other videos on this channel, Fruitful Trees, and also subscribe if you like, and also share these videos with others. Thank you for watching. Have a great day and keep growing.